Loop fans, it's Drew here at Knott's Berry Farm. Christmas time. So things we're going to do today, we're going to show off all of the roller coasters we have in the park, starting off with Silver Bullet here. I'm going to do a roller coasters of video, and really kind of fun, like just look at this little idea right here. So in one sort of shot, right in here, through the wood, that's the Jaguar. Then you've got Montezuma's Revenge's tower right there. You can hear it. There it is. Silver Bullet and Sierra Sidewinder. So we're gonna come talk through all the roller coasters, see what we can find, and have a good time. All right, first up on the list here today, like I said, is Silver Bullet. Silver Bullet is a B&M inverted roller coaster. It was built during the time of the not so great B&Ms. It's pretty standard, it's fun. A lot of Knott regulars aren't really a huge fan of it, as it kind of was just built over things. So it goes over paths and over this giant lake. So from an aesthetically pleasing ride, it's kind of ugly. As we walk over here, I'm going to point out a little more things about why I think it's ugly. You got the big, giant silver supports because the ride is so high up. They have lots of those. That's one problem. Two, why is the track cool multicolored like the red and the orange, but the lift isn't? The lift has red supports. The rest of the ride has white supports. So overall, it doesn't really work out. And just kind of hangs way over the pathways of this lake. Overall, not really a huge fan of Silver Bullet, but it's a great addition to Knott's Berry Farm. Space is the problem. You kind of build things where you can. This one you kind of just shoved over the main entrance and over the lagoon over here. Silver Bullet. You can see just how high up Silver Bullet is from the ground from a shot like this. Next on our tour of coasters is Jaguar. Jaguar is a very odd ride since it has this really long ramp. And it just kind of wanders. It's going to go through the temple. Then it's going to go over there. And then it'll just pop back into the shot in a little bit. It's a very long ride. You can see it all the way over there. Moving around. Got a track there for it. It just kind of wanders. To me, it's one of those rides that would be a perfect choice for, you hear it, oh, it's got up another lift. It'd be one of those good choices for VR on a roller coaster, because it's really long, it has kind of a little temple-y theme, and it just kind of meanders. It's not really intense. So, you don't have to worry about people getting sick, but this is the cool station it's got. It looks like a temple. And that is Jaguar. More on the whole wandering around of Jaguar. You see it just kind of that's Silver Bullet. You see the track wandering around there. It's going to go up this lift. This one goes up the lift pretty fast. But then it just kind of wanders over here. And there it goes. Our boardwalk section of the park, we got Coast Rider, which is the Wild Mouse. It's one of the cool Wild Mouses that have the extendo first drop, so you go up and you don't start into the zigzags immediately, you go straight down into the drop first, and then your zigzags come a little later. So extended version, still same kind of concept there. Fun, something I could skip, probably not going to ride it. See, this is more of the, right in the sun, sorry camera. Sorry guys, don't worry, I have to deal with this too. But this is more of the traditional Wild Mouse part. Then you got boomerangs. I mean, then I'm definitely going to skip. You replaced the original looping roller coaster with this. That's very fun. I guess that's what it is. And then it goes up the lift hill some more. Oh, those poor souls. Poor unfortunate souls in pain.
And then you get to do the ride backwards, going through the vertical loop. You get the most cheese there. Back through the cobra roll, where it rattles and shakes your brain and makes you nauseous. And then you hit the station, where you pop back up, and it's over.
Accelerator, man, 3 in 1. Accelerator Intimate Launch Coaster, absolutely incredible and amazing. Can't say a lot of things about it, or not good things about it. Really interesting, it launches straight out of the station, so it's not like your typical dragster-esque ride, even though it has the same system where you go out and it's like arms down, heads back, and hold on. No, your operator's like, all right, we're gonna launch in 3, 2, 1, and then you come flying out of the station. It would really creep me out if I was an operator and my train launched that fast out of the station. The ride itself, good airtime up here. I like it better in the front. It's good layout. It makes me wonder what could Dragster have been, since Dragster is up and down. This has a little more to it. I still like Dragster better, but this really isn't a bad ride, and it's probably not signature attraction. I can't say enough things about it. It could use a nice paint job. I really want to see that at night, because I bet you that neon sign looks awesome. But overall, Accelerator, fantastic addition to this park. Accelerator. How many roller coasters do you see in this shot? There's a lot. That there is. There is a lot. Sierra Sidewinder. Spinning Wild Mouse here, also in the kids section, but not necessarily a kids coaster. More of a family variety. It's not something that I would be embarrassed if I rode. Rode it, got the credit. Spinning coaster. I know it's not a spinning wild mouse internet, since apparently there's a huge difference between those. I guess throw in the comments if you feel like this should be considered a wild mouse or not. I'm into the opinion that this type of coaster can be categorized as a wild mouse type ride, and I wouldn't be offended. But some of you are. But some of you guys get offended about really silly things, like Fazbar and Steam games and all of that stuff. Anyway, here's the Sierra Sidewinder. It's neat because it's like cars. It's not like single ride units. Spin around, go through a layout through Camp Snoopy. Here's a cool overview of the Sierra Sidewinder. Got the spinning drop, spinning coaster. Looks cool from up here. Next we got Monster Swimmer's Revenge, one of the classic Schwarzkopf looking roller coasters. Oh man, those operators are sure working really hard here to get this train out. So it's one of 3 launching coasters today. There's your station. You propel down the track, you go through the loop, you go up the back spike, you come back, you come flying through the station, you go up that spike, then you hit the brakes, and that's your ride. Only a few of these left in the world, so they're a lot of fun. Not a whole lot of people riding it. I guess the guy's waiting for him to go. But that is what Montezuma's Revenge looks like. Rumored to be being removed sometime soon. I can only imagine the maintenance costs on these are pretty high, as there aren't a whole lot of them left. Oh man, check this out. So I was wondering what this annoying noise was. The dragon's mouth moves. I also think it's funny it's called Montezuma's Revenge, since Montezuma's Revenge is slang for diarrhea that you get from the Mexican water. So, fun stuff. Montezuma's Revenge. So it launches out. Up that spike. And back down. Montezuma's Revenge. And over here we have Ghost Rider. It's in the Ghost Town section of the park. Not open. Not even close to open. Operators out there have no idea if it's going to open or not. Really cool about this ride, a couple things. One, it was recently retracked, so the whole ride is supposed to be pretty smooth and reliable and all of those great things. Second thing about that seat is it pretty much leaves the park and comes back. Sort of like the Magnum XL 200 of Cedar Point or a Nitro at Great Adventure, where only the station is really in the park, it's in the back corner, and everything else leaves the park. So this ride does. So you have this giant, massive wooden structure, because we get earthquakes here in California, so it's got to be earthquake proof and all that. So overall, the ride it's kind of a really fascinating story. It's not all that fascinating. It's not running. Who knows? Maybe it'll run. Maybe it won't. Ghost Rider at Knott's Berry Farm. Over here in the beautiful, pretty themed Camp Snoopy, we've got the Timberline Twister. That's what the front of the car looks like. As far as kids coaster, I guess it looks fun. I mean, it's got a lot of little humps and some janky turns, so it should be fun. This do not fit on. I am tall enough to ride, or I'm not too tall to ride, but I am too fat to ride this ride. I am not a child. I do not fit on this kiddie coaster, so I cannot ride it. That gentleman there, he will probably not fit on it either, but that is neither here nor there. It's the Timberline Twister. If you're not fat and you're not too tall, you could ride it if you wanted this credit, or, you know, be a reasonable adult and not ride it. But then again, if you're watching this video of all the roller coasters at Knott's Berry Farm, you probably are not a reasonable adult. And these sirens, they're probably coming for you. And one more shot of the ride here with the cool station. I love the Camp Snoopy area. It's much prettier than, say, the Cedar Point Camp Snoopy area. You actually have legitimate trees that have been growing for like 50 years and feels like a camp. You just kind of play in this little jungle gym here. But that's Timberline Twister.
And now the final coaster we're going to talk about today is the Pony Express. It is a launched Zamperla roller coaster. As you can see, it's going to be flying here in just a second, where you are actually riding on ride vehicles shaped like ponies. To me, it's adorable. It's fun. Here it comes around the corner here. It's not very long, but most rides in Knott's are not very long. Turns the corner, goes right up through the tunnel, and popping up here, and it's done. And sure, it's got awkward restraints that come up and support your ass and everything else. KBF, Knott's Berry Farm. It's got the ass restraints, but to me, it's actually probably my favorite right here. It's the most unique thing you've got. Everything else I've kind of seen in other places or knew about, but this one is a lot different. You got the Rapids ride right here in front of it as you look at the tunnel of the ride. Like I said, not very long, but it's kind of fun. Then you're just sort of in this back tucked away corner. Looks like it's going to open soon. Here, let me wander down this way so I can give you guys a little show off the front half of the ride that we couldn't see from that back angle. Walking around. It's really neat how it's kind of tucked away in the back here. Also really neat is Knott's Berry Farm has 3 launched roller coasters. We talked about Accelerator, we talked about Montezuma's Revenge, and this is the 3rd one, Pony Express. And man, that kid fast, zooming down. He's probably actually faster than the ride. The ride doesn't launch too fast, but then again, you're sitting in a weird angle, so you couldn't exactly have the thrilling intense G-forces. So here's what that swooping turn over the station looks like. And we're going to get a nice little reveal here in just a second of what the area looks like when we zoom in on that. So this is Pony Express at Knott's Berry Farm, their final roller coaster from this video. And with that, that'll end our tour of all the roller coasters at Knott's Berry Farm. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you on the Midway. Yeah!